work again. But they couldn't find enough food in the forest, and they grew hungry and cold and wet. That winter, half of the Pilgrims got sick and died. At last, spring came. The sailors on the Mayflower were returning to England, and the sailor invited the Pilgrims to return. The Pilgrims and the Indians knew they were living a close distance from each other, and they were curious about each other. One day, a tall Indian walked into Plymouth. His name was Samoset, and he knew a little English that he learned from ship's captains who had come earlier. He told the Pilgrims he would come back and bring his friend Squanto, who spoke very good English, because at one time Squanto had been kidnapped and taken to England on a ship. Squanto came to meet the Pilgrims. They were so pleased with his friendliness and the stories that he told them that he was invited to spend the night in the Hopkins home. Does Mr. Hopkins invite him to spend the night?
Yes. Kevin? Squanto? Squanto.
And it turned out that the Pilgrims liked Squanto so much, they adopted him for their Pilgrim colony, and he lived with the Pilgrims the rest of his life. Soon, the Indian chief Massasoit came to visit. His tribe followed him, and he warned his tribe to leave their arrows outside of Plymouth because they wanted to prove they were peaceful. They came wearing leggings of deer skin. Their faces and bodies were painted with bright colors, but they left their arrows outside the village. The Pilgrims made a special place for the chief to sit. They were honored with his visit. Squanto taught the Pilgrims about the land. He showed them how to catch fish, how to hunt for deer and turkey, and he showed them how to plant corn.
Really loud. Really loud. Say one for the crowd. Can you read help them sing?
One for the woodchuck.
Catch your fish.
That year, men, women, and children worked hard planting, following Squanto's instructions, and there was a great harvest. They decided to invite Chief Massasoit and his people to the feast to celebrate. The Pilgrims gathered seafood from the ocean. From their gardens, they gathered carrots and cabbage and turnips. Corn was cooked in many ways, including popcorn. And Chief Massasoit surprised the Pilgrims by bringing 90 Indians to the feast. They brought their share. They surprised the Pilgrims with 5 deer for roasting. The feasting and games lasted for 3 days. Only 51 Pilgrims lived through the first winter. But the Pilgrims did not forget their hard times, and they knew there would be difficult times to come. That they were thankful for food, houses, and warm fires. The Indians were their friends, and they were free in this new land. The Native Americans shared many things with the Pilgrims. One special thing they shared were some of their traditional songs, which we would like to sing for you now.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Owen. So, folks in the play,
It's
so
my
just stay
lesson.
seated. Turn your bodies to face me. The first song we're singing is called Land of the Silver Birch. Wait till I start.
Land of the silver birch, home of the beaver, where still the mighty moose wanders at will. Blue lake and rocky shore, I will return. built my wigwam close to the water's edge, silent and still. Blue lake and rocky shores, I will return once more. I will return to the hills of the north.
We're going to pick up our oars. We're going to go downstream to see if there's some good place to hunt.
My paddles keen and bright, flashing with silver, follow the wild goose flight. Dip, dip, and swing. Dip, dip, and swing her back, flashing with silver, follow the wild goose flight. Dip, dip, and swing.
Now there's another song that we learned. It's kind of a traditional song around Thanksgiving. Excuse me. It's over the hills and through the woods to grandfather's house we go. Over the river and through the hills. Wherever. Okay, so we're going to actually stand up because there's motions to this, but don't walk anywhere. Just stand where you're at. Okay. Okay. Please join with us and sing if you know the song. Okay. Ready?
Over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we go. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh, the white and drifted snow. Over the river and through the woods, oh how the wind does blow. It stings the toes and bites the nose
As over the ground we go. Yay! We have some corn muffins we made with cranberry jam. Excuse me. And we're working on the soup. We might have to have a little recess or something before the soup. I don't know how done. It's just good.
Would you take 4 meals now? I would like to